Why did a zoo in Germany kill 12 of its own animals? In July 2025, management at Nuremberg Zoo decided to kill 12 of its guinea baboons, and they did this due to overcrowding. Now, zoo spaces are limited, and they had 43 baboons in an enclosure that could only house around 25. Now, there are lots of questions we can ask about this, like what are the other solutions to overcrowding? Or were there any attempts at all to transport the baboons to a different zoo or sanctuary around the world? The zoo actually has a list of questions like this and their answers to them on their website. And some of the questions are clear and detailed, and others are just vague and unhelpful. They claim that they were approached by other zoos and sanctuaries around the world to transport the baboons instead of killing them, but apparently none of them met Nuremberg Zoo's living standards for the monkeys. I think it's a bit difficult for the zoo to justify the opinion that the monkeys need very specific living conditions only to kill those same monkeys when there are too many of them. The zoo, though, have been quite public about their actions and seem to have been considering this about a year and a half before actually making their decision. Naturally, this led to a lot of criticisms and protests, but the zoo stands firm and say that this is a solution that they will use in the future. Okay, now zoos will make mistakes. I expect them to. We should expect them to. They're not perfect. And transparency helps, but I think transparency is only effective when we're allowed to communicate about what's happened. I also think it's important for those of us that attend and support zoos to be able to give informed criticisms of them. And I think it's equally important for those same zoos or organizations to consider what we have to say. And I think in this situation, based on what was attempted by the zoo and what wasn't, there could have been more efforts put into not killing the animals. And I think this was a mistake. Lastly, some of you watching will notice that I haven't been painting a baboon, but instead a mandrill. This is very similar to baboons, except for their big colorful faces. To be clear, this is not the species that Nuremberg Zoo did decide to kill. Those were guinea baboons. I just saw a reference picture of this in one of my science books and couldn't resist painting it. So thank you for watching, and follow for more art and animal facts.